Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Tony. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, thanks for asking, mate. How are you, and how's the campaign going?
I'm doing great, and the campaign's going really well as well. It's just great getting out and meeting people and hearing about the local issues in our community. Obviously Port Waikato is a massive electorate, everywhere from Pukekohe all the way down to Te Kaupara, and there's so many different areas and issues and pressure points for people, so it's been great to get out there.
I bet there has. And what are you hearing from the electorate, Matt? What are some of the things, one or two of the things that people are most concerned about?
The biggest one for most people is the cost of living, not just the fuel prices, but things like the grocery prices, power prices. They're all just going up and up and up. And people are sort of saying, well, how am I even going to get through the next 6 months, the next 12 months at the moment?
Yeah, and I get that too. And we watch the news and hear the news and read the news, and we think, well, they're talking, the government talking about trade deals and all this and the big stuff out in the world and defence things and all that. But most people are concerned about surviving today and tomorrow and the next day. That's really the circumstance for most Kiwis.
Yeah, the average Kiwi is just really hurting at the moment. And, they say, well, trickle-down economics just doesn't work. And we've got a situation where the government's not actually helping everyday Kiwis. They said they were going to fix the cost of living, and they didn't. Things have got worse.
Yeah, I think someone just described trickle-down theories as the best way once upon a time by saying that it was like the people at the top urinating on the rest, but we won't go there. Hey, Matt, you've got all sorts of policies and all sorts of things that you and the Labour Party are offering at this election. We can't talk about them all, but on your social media, we can see some of your commentary, but we can also see you explaining some of the policies and what they might bring.
That's right. One of the things that I do on my social media, so on my Facebook and my Instagram, is I make a few short reels where I actually say, look, this is the policy, and this is what it will actually mean for you, the everyday person, actual boots on the ground, money in your wallet. Here's the impact. And
how do we find the social media for you, mate? What's the best thing for us to do?
Yeah, if you just search Matt Brachi for Port Waikato Labour. Brachi is in Brachiosaurus, B-R-A-C-H-I.
Now, I know you're a school teacher. Do the kids call you Brachiosaurus?
They don't tend to. I may be tall, but I'm not a fossil.
And now, if you were in government right now, if you were, we'll play this little game, what would you be campaigning and lobbying your leader and your cabinet and your caucus to do? What's the first thing that you might address if you were part of the government?
Well, it's really the things that Labour is actually campaigning on at the moment, which is to actually address the cost of living, and doing that by bringing in really targeted things that are going to help everyday Kiwis to actually have more money in their pocket. Things like capping the public transport to $20 a week. So like at the moment, for instance, in Pukekohe, if you're catching the train from Pukekohe to the city, you're already hitting the $50 a week AT fare cap.
Right.
So bringing that down to 20, it means we'd save every single commuter going into the city from Pukekohe $30 a week directly in their pocket. And that would mean more people would want to take the train, and that means less cars on the road for those people who have to drive, therefore less congestion, less money wasted on petrol sitting in traffic. So it's win-win policies like that.
And of course, it's a triple win in a sense, because we all know that when we as a household save money, we don't usually put it to one side. We use it for spending on something else that's necessary for the household. So the household benefits, the local economy benefits, and the broader economy benefits as well.
Yeah, you're dead right. And that's one of the things that I really noticed going around our community markets, is that they are absolutely dead compared to 3 years ago. There are so many more people who have stalls trying to make some extra money, and there are so fewer people spending money because they don't have the spare income at the moment. And so we're saying, how do we actually put money back into people's pockets that we know they're going to then be able to spend in our local communities? And that's how you grow the economy. You don't grow it by cutting people and cutting jobs.
No, you're absolutely 100% right, mate, and we've learned that because that's what's been happening for the last 2 or 3 years, and we are now reaping not the reward of that, but the harvest of that, which isn't very much. Hey, Matt, we've got to move on again, mate, but we'll talk again in another few weeks, but great to catch up this morning. Matt Brachi, the Labour Party candidate for Port Waikato. Remind us again, Matt, where we can find that information, mate, because your social media platform is loaded with all sorts of stuff. So give us a quick call on that again.
Yeah, so it's Matt Brachi for Labour Port Waikato. So Brachi is B-R-A-C-H-I.
Matt Brachi. Well done, mate. Thank you for your time this morning. We'll talk again soon.
Sounds great. Talk to you then.